This video is a demonstration on how to use VirtualDub with the dshake plugin for astronomy purposes. First, you want to download VirtualDub from virtualdub.org, and then you want to get the deshaker plugin. So you go to this site, get it from the author. Gunther, I believe is his name, and download the deshaker and install it. So once you've got that done, you launch VirtualDub, and it'll look like this. You should have saved a series of pictures using Sharpcap and the Python script or whatever you have, and you open the first picture of a series that have numbers at the end, and that's how this thing picks up the series. And in this case, I've got a Moto Y1 Comet, and the series starts with 000 on to 001, 002. So if I pick the 000, it will just automatically grab the whole series. So I'll grab that one. And here's the input frame and the output frame. And in here you click on this one to watch it play through the input frame. Click on this one to watch the input and the output frame. So we'll just do that so you can see. It's playing both input and output with no filters applied on the outputs yet. And you see it shaking terribly from my Celestron Nexstar 6SE mount, and that's what we're going to fix initially. So we'll rewind it back to the first one. We'll go to Video, Filters. You want to add a filter, and if you installed the deshaker correctly, it'll show up right here, deshaker 3.1, and select OK. All right, there's two passes you have to run. It's real cryptic, which is why I'm making this video. There's others on the YouTube that I learned from, but this one's going to be specific to Comet videos. There's some things you need to do to make that work better. So in this case, the camera I'm using is a standard PAL, so I'll use that aspect. And so first I'll go with the default, and then we'll see the changes that could improve on it. So we'll just step through the process and then do it again. Pass 1 is checked. Okay. If you go through the tutorials on deshaker, it will show you how to do this. I'm just going through the motions here. So then you want to do one of two things. You can preview from start or run video analysis pass. I'll do that. Either one will make pass 1 work in the deshaker, and you see the deshaker on the right. It's creating vectors. And so here's the key. After it's done with that, you have to go back into here, Video Filters, double click on deshaker, go to pass 2, hit OK, OK, and now when you play it, it will have finished the deshake, and you can see it on the output. So I'll click on this so you can see both the input and output. And sure enough, the deshake has worked very well for the most part. But there it goes. See that? It's not completely deshaked. It's still got some problems, so we have to change it. Up the parameters on deshake to make that work better. That's what this video is about, in part. So we'll go back to deshaker, click on pass 1. This block size is too small. That's the major problem. And so we'll make that 100 pixels. You can also modify these, and this will help, but it'll take a lot longer. I'm not sure how much they help, but they do help. And instead of doing half, you can go most precise full. Instead of doing every fourth, you can go all, most robust, but we won't do that for this demonstration. It takes too long. So I'll click OK, first pass with 100 pixels set. Again, go back through here, run video analysis. And you see the vectors are being generated on the right again. In much larger 100 pixel squares. Okay, and we'll go back to video, filters, double click on deshaker and click on pass 2. And okay, bring it back to frame 0 and watch the 2 frames. Let's see if that helped. Okay, it's deshaking on the right, and there's some rotation, but the deshake was worked real well. Okay, at this point you want to save it. You go File, Save as AVI, give it some unique name, and select your the directory is not going to be the same as where you started for the output. So you can see it wound up in Documents, and be aware of that. You have to change the directory. So you would say that when you'd be done. But there's some other things you can do from here, some other filters which I'll run through. We're going to do a zoom and a rotate, and maybe even the brightness. So filters, I'm going to add some more filters. So we're going to do brightness, add that one, show preview, and I can brighten it up a little bit, bring it back down, give it more contrast or less. I'll just leave it there for the sake of demonstration, and click OK, and see right away the output changed, and I can run it. It's deshaked and the brightness has changed, for better or worse. So we'll add another filter on top of that. Or, well, before we do that, we'll change the frame rate, which I should have done initially. The default is 10 frames per second. You can change it to whatever you want. In this case, I'll go 5. That'll slow it down so you can see it a little better. And go back to 0, run it. So now you can see it a little bit better. And over here you can see just a little bit of stuff being thrown off by that comet. And you'll see it better when we do a zoom. Okay, video, filters, add. So there's we're going to do a rotate and then a resize. We'll do a rotate first, left 90 degrees. And go back to the beginning, watch it. Which is more of a human. Well, that gives us more resolution from side to side when we resize it. Okay, and then we'll go back to video, filters, and resize. Okay, here's the original size and the original relative percent. We're going to go keep the relative percent and multiply it 3 times. Well, 4 times. Well, make it 3 times. 300%. So that's what's going to be the resolution after it's zoomed up. And we want to crop that. What you do with this, crop to size. We're going to crop it to 640 by 480. And we can change that up after we've tried it once. So that's going to zoom in times 3 and then crop this output to here. Unfortunately, I don't know a way to move this cropped area around. It's going to be in the center of the frame, and that's what you get. So you have to work with these numbers to deal with that. So click OK. Go back to the first frame and play it out. See what we have here. Okay, chopped off a little bit of the first few frames. There you can see the comet trailing over here. And you see it keeps going. What we can do here is you can see when the comet, click on frame 14, right, it's in the picture there. Right, there's the first frame. Right, the fifth frame is where it starts. So if we wanted to crop that, you'd click on this marker here, which marks the beginning of the video. And you can see a little thing showed up there, and we'll mark the end of the video, and that appears to be about the last frame, and you would click on that as the end. So now you have a cropped video and it's zoomed, but we can change this up. It'll make it a little better. Let's change with the zoom. I should say resize. Double click on it. So say we want it 1000. Let's say 400, 1000 wide, 1024 wide, and 480 tall. And over here, run the output from start to finish. And you see I don't need it quite that, 1000's too much. Let's see where the first frame starts. Yeah. So I've got excess on each end. I can change that up. Filters, resize. Let's make it 800. By 600, let's do a little bit more height. Get some more stars in there. Okay. And it's on the beginning of the frame there. And there's the last frame. You can see the comet. You can see it's so we'll go up to 60 and make that the new end. Start here, beginning to end, and somewhere in here you'll see the debris right there, debris falling off that comet, which is a huge improvement over what we started with. And you can still see the comet there. I'll go into a couple extra frames for the end. Okay, so now we've got all this business done. You want to save all that processing, save as AVI, and I'll just call it test. Save. And after you can do these filters one at a time if you want. You don't have to do them all at once. If I go in here and say you can open the original video, I should say you can open the AVI you just created and process it as if it were just a string of PNGs that we started out with, and it'll do the same thing. So that's how you process with VirtualDub and deshake and a few filters, and I wish you luck.